Club Leadership Plan, also called CLP. In order to understand this, first of all, I would like to take you back maybe early 90s. All corporates and companies, they used to run around to try to get what's called the ISO 9000 certification. And then they found out it was nothing new. It is simply says, work the way you ought to work anyway. It is the same thing with the CLP. Over the years, due to bad practices, if I may say so, clubs have tended to go away from their basic rotariness. Now the CLP is an attempt to put clubs back on the track, back on the rails, to follow the basic Rotary procedure. Now what is CLP? It is the distilled wisdom of the best practices of effective Rotary clubs from all over the world. It is not selecting the next 3-year presidents. That's a mistaken impression. It is not about titles, not about number of board members, not about anything that is being confused with. It is about planning, it is about continuity, it is about sitting together and thinking what we want to do in the club now and in the future. It is about vision, it is about involving all club members, it is about balanced activity, it is about writing down, reviewing and moving smoothly. How to implement the CLP? First of all, find a champion for CLP in your club. In my experience, there is always somebody who is quite wedded to this idea. Locate a person. Then let him sit and put the framework together. After that, involve everybody. Maybe a meeting, maybe an overnight trip outside the city, where the key people, the committee, the CLP committee moves over, sits around and spends quite some time thrashing the various things that affect the club. All ideas should be welcome there. Don't shoot down any idea. Open up thinking. There must be a regular brainstorming. Then maybe something else. The club, check what suits your club. And develop a long range goal for your club. Answer the following questions. What do we want our club to be known for in the next, say, 5 years? Imagine you are one of the top 10 clubs in our district with a balanced membership of men and women, 100 strong, working towards education and healthcare, and contributing a per capita of $200 to the TRF, with 10% of our members in the district team, and 1 member proposed for district governor. This could be a plan. Goals are not rigid. Goals need to be updated as the CLP evolves. Goals will be subject to review. Goals need to be updated. Goals have to reflect the need. Now here, many clubs do projects for the sake of doing projects. Projects must be need-based. Identify the need and then try to run a project to fulfill that need. Now, elements of a goal should cover 3 to 5 years and should address membership, service projects, TRF and leadership development. Use the planning guide for effective Rotary clubs because this document will let you set annual goals, list strategies for annual goals, will let you translate your vision into an annual plan. Individual directors will report any activity. The secretary will make announcements on all district activities at the end of the meeting. One club assembly will be held once in 12 weeks. Bulletin will carry reports on all projects and programs within 1 week. Communication model to include club leadership, president and others in the board to members, club leadership to district, between members. Succession planning, continuity in leadership, avoid knee-jerk reactions, formalize appointments for 3 years, not just the president but the board, key appointments to board to continue for 2 years, understudies to follow as board members, never exclude leaders to follow president-elect and the nominee from current year meetings. The bylaws. Amend the bylaws to reflect the committee structure, club committee structure. The recommended board is the IPP, the president-elect and the president nominee. That makes it 4. 1 secretary, 1 treasurer and the 4 avenues of service. But there again, you could have director service projects and work on a committee method. I'll come to that in a moment. Sergeants can be co-opted as per bylaws of the club. The committee structure is the key. Bylaws. Amend the bylaws to reflect the club committee structure. As per CLP, the recommended board is the IPP, immediate past president, the president, current president, the president-elect and the president nominee. That makes it 4. You have 1 secretary, 1 treasurer, and then 2 directors for service projects. And the sergeants can be co-opted as per bylaws of the club. The committee structure is the key. In fact, this is the main point where many clubs have deviated. Try to have as many committees as possible, subcommittees as possible, to handle the various aspects of the running of the club. Have long-term committees that will reflect and guide club for 3 years. 3-year terms on matters related to club administration, public relations, membership and the foundation. Such committees will not be part of the board as per the latest RA recommendations. Now, some of the other aspects that the CLP should address are how the club will handle and increase fellowship among members, how members are included in service activities or programs by design, how the club will handle training for club leaders, orientation for new members, ongoing Rotary information and imparting leadership skills. Once you have done this, make this into a document, place it before the board and pass it. Place it at an AGM and pass it for adoption by the club. Then amend the bylaws and have that also adopted at the club. Print it and give it to every member and give a copy to all the new members who join the club.